night I saw BBC News, but all I saw were people running about and shouting for help. But I was mostly taken aback when I read the headline saying, "Nuclear explosion in Japan 2011. So standing here as the first speaker from the government side, I totally support the motion that this House would develop biofuel rather than nuclear energy as an alternative source in Malaysia. So today, I will be doing 3 things, which is first, to define the motion. Secondly, I will explain to you why biofuel is much more better than nuclear. And thirdly, I will tell you the long-term effects of biofuel to Malaysia. So now, let me get the motion clear. I will explain to you what are the meanings of biofuel and nuclear. Well, biofuel is the resource that produces heat or power when it is burnt using living things. It is also used by people to generate electricity, whereby nuclear power is a powerful form of energy produced by converting matter into energy, splitting the nuclei to produce electricity. So both forms of this energy can actually be used to generate electricity and do other sorts of tasks. Later in my debate, we will tell you why biofuel is still the best source in Malaysia. So now, let's go to my first key phrase under the key phrase of the advantages of biofuel compared to nuclear power. First and foremost, nuclear power is non-renewable, but biofuel is a renewable energy source. This means when biofuel is finished, we can actually replenish it and we can continue using it for a long period of time. Compared to nuclear power, when it is finished, it cannot be replenished. So, it is hard for us to get the stock of nuclear power. And let me tell you, members of the floor, nuclear power is very, very dangerous. Why? Because it has radioactive substances in it, and once you touch them, it can instantly kill you. Let's take an example in Japan. On 11 March 2011, Japan has experienced a nuclear explosion from this power plant named Tokyo Power Electric Company. It is not monitored properly, thus causing earthquakes and tsunamis eroding Japan. And this devastated the country, killing millions of people. And members of the floor, we do not want that to happen in Malaysia. We tell you that nuclear power is affordable by first world countries, especially Japan, America, and also Europe, because they have enough budget to buy these nuclear power. But compared to Malaysia, we are still a developing country and not fully developed yet. So, of course, buying nuclear power is totally out of the question, because we do not have the budget. So, next, on my second key phrase coming on to my economy-wise, why we still choose biofuel is because biofuel has multi-tasks. It can actually be used for transport, industry, technology, export, and most importantly, to make a cleaner environment. So, why do we need to buy nuclear energy? Because we want to protect our country from terrorists, when we can actually use the money for other important things like education, development of the country, and charity for the needy people, and to support poor schools, especially in the rural areas of Sabah and Sarawak. These factors should be taken into account, and we should not just consider the fact that we should be safe from terrorists. Now, let me tell you that we actually have a system to protect our own country from terrorists called the counter-terrorist system. We also have cyber crime security in Malaysia, whereby we can detect any terrorists who want to break in Malaysia to do any sorts of crime. So, why should we buy nuclear weapons when we actually have a better alternative, which is biofuel, and we actually have good security systems in Malaysia? So, this is biofuel is proven to be much more better than nuclear. Next, coming to my third point under the key phrase of the environmental friendly. So now, the whole world has been ratified by the Kyoto Protocol, which wants to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. And this Kyoto Protocol is very important to reduce harmful gases. And let me tell you that nuclear power actually releases harmful gases such as carbon dioxide and CFC. So by using biofuel, it does not release any harmful gases, and this is actually adopting the Kyoto Protocol. We are actually using the Kyoto Protocol for the benefit of our environment. So we can create an environmental friendly condition in Malaysia where we can sustain life Malaysia a greener economy. And now, let me tell you the stakeholders who are involved in this biofuel system. Well, biofuel are basically made out of palm oil, and the stakeholders in this context are farmers. Usually, farmers will use palm oil to create this biofuel. And let me tell you that they're actually killing two birds with one stone. Why? Because instead of just promoting biofuel, they'll get to promote palm oil too. And when they promote palm oil, the whole world will be interested to know more about Malaysia's palm oil. And this, in turn, will actually increase the benefit of our Malaysian economy, and this is actually bringing more profit into our country just by using biofuel. And of course, this will bring more benefit and profit for the farmer itself to sustain the farmer's family. So based on the information I have given to you just now, I believe that the government side wins this motion, and I'd like to propose.